It was basically formed because black golfers didn't have any access to any golf courses in the Roanoke Valley.
Just to watch the kids' expressions, and we introduced them to something that many of them may have never tried, and that was our goal.
But the importance is to keep Pine Valley alive and well.
Hello and welcome to Around the Way with EJ. I'm your host, Eric Johnson, and I'm excited to bring together a special group of fellas from here in and around the Roanoke Valley that are putting together something very special for the next generation. We know about the Renaissance Academy. You may have heard about them here in the Roanoke Valley, put on by Mr. Jarrell Tank Rhodes. But I want to also welcome some gentlemen on the behalf of Pine Valley Golf Association. The two are coming together, and we know that exposure is the key to potential and expansion, as they have often mentioned. So I want to welcome you all to the platform, Mr. Jarrell Rhodes, Darren Morgan, Mr. Marlon Gunter, and Freddie Bumpsy Johnson, and Sam Stone. How are you guys doing this evening?
Doing well.
All is well.
Doing great.
Excellent. As I mentioned, we've heard about the Renaissance Academy and what they're doing for the young folks here in Roanoke and surrounding areas. The Pine Valley Golf Association may be something new to perhaps the viewers out there and those that may not be tapped into it. So if you all could just share with us briefly what exactly it is and your aim as an association.
Well, I'll just give a little bit of a background and I'll let the other fellas kind of chime in. But the Pine Valley Golf Association was organized in 1959. It was basically formed because black golfers didn't have any access to any golf courses in the Roanoke Valley. So there was a golf course called Pine Valley, what's in the Kingston location of Roanoke, in which the golfers actually were allowed to play golf in the Roanoke Valley. So, since 1959, pretty much our goal has been, trying to play golf and have fun. Also exposure to the youth. We also give academic scholarships, and we also have tournament and league play. So those are just some of the things that we do. I'll let the other guys kind of chime in on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys want, just for a brief moment there, just to give people a refresher, Jarrell, the Renaissance Academy and also the L Academy, don't want to miss that also. How big has that been and how important has that been for you throughout the years as well?
A great thing. We've had an opportunity to expose a lot of kids to some things they necessarily may not have been exposed to without, the ability to be able to travel, to go to colleges. Just like with Pine Valley, we do the scholarships and everything. So, when I tell you it was a blessing for me to run to these brothers and knowing the mission that they had in front of them and what they were looking for, it was a blessing.
And as I mentioned at the outset, we often say, it takes a village, right, in terms of trying to keep kids on the straight and narrow, really anybody in life on the straight and narrow. But to come together, how big has this been, and really how monumental is this? And perhaps, Darren, if you want to speak on this, just how big it is to see kids being able to get an opportunity from not only one organization, but two organizations that have the same goal coming together, making it even bigger.
I can say our first session of the golf clinic with the L Academy and the Renaissance Academy, it was so gratifying. I called Jarrell like the next day and told him, man, I just felt full. Just to watch the kids' expressions, and we introduced them to something that many of them may have never tried, and that was our goal. The whole experience. I just feel like it was something that, the Lord put our hearts together and minds together. I don't know if Jarrell told you, but this all started with Freddie and Sam and Marlon and myself on a trip back from Myrtle Beach in the car. And we go on a golf trip every year around March, April. And I had made a statement to the fellas maybe the year prior that we have to keep this thing going. I guess probably 20 some years ago, Marlon and I were the youngest members in Pine Valley. And we had we had some very seasoned members. We had members that were about to push 90 on to 60 to 50, and Marlon and I were the babies at 20 something. So fast forward to now, Marlon and I both hit 50 this year. And while we were sitting around, we were talking, and I made the comment that we have to keep this thing going. You know, it wasn't an influx of younger golfers coming. And that's in the car on the way back. We were just talking about ideas and how to get newer members. And I can't remember which one of the guys, I kind of feel like it was Marlon, said something about, on top of us recruiting members for the golf league, we should reach out and get kids involved and start them at a young age. And, you know, that would be something that could keep this thing going as well. So when he brought up the golf clinic with the kids, I was like, I know who to call. I got a phone in the back seat while we were riding back. And the rest is history, so they say.
Man, that is awesome. That is awesome. If you would, and perhaps Freddie there, just talk to us about just trying to erase that stigma behind just golf itself. I mean, because obviously you can bring in folks that perhaps don't know the game, not too familiar with it, but teach them life lessons, which is the goal here. But just talk to me about, you know, trying to erase that stigma, especially when it comes to younger folks with the game of golf.
Well, our main goal, you know, we decided, like Wazo said, like Darren said, on our way back, we decided, what if we can get, you know, one or two kids, minorities, just to play this game. I mean, you know, a lot of our kids will play, you know, we play football, we play basketball. But what if they were just to play golf? There's scholarships available for our Black youth to play golf in college, especially the females. So we just wanted one or two, maybe three to come. And when Mr. Rhodes came with 50, 60 kids, we were blown away. You know, we just wanted to teach them this beautiful game that we all love. We just wanted them to, you know, to know that it's okay. It's cool to play golf, you know. It's not something that you know, just frowned upon it, you know, anymore. Like we were younger, we thought, oh man, that's a, you know, whack game, so to speak. But no, once you play it, we learned and we loved it. And we just wanted other kids to get the experience that we had.
And that's what I really appreciate, because like you mentioned, we got those top 2 or 3 sports that a lot of people associate with, you know, perhaps the African-American athlete or person growing up. But perhaps, Sam, if you want to mention just how refreshing it was to see that many kids out there, and yet perhaps the life lessons that they can learn through the game of golf as well, because a lot of times it doesn't have to be a ball we have to bounce or throw, right? It can be a golf ball as well.
Absolutely. And, you know, kids gravitate to what they're taught. You know, in our community, we've always been taught football and basketball, some baseball, but mostly football and basketball. And, you know, Tank was a, you know, pretty good sports, good athlete in high school, Wazo and Freddie. And just, you know, my thing was just think of the athleticism or the athletes that's come out of Roanoke. What if one of them would have picked up a set of clubs? You know what I mean? And even when we had our first camp, some of the kids from the Renaissance Academy, them guys was hitting the ball, never touched the golf club. It was hitting the ball like, you know, they've been playing before. Athleticism, you know what I mean? If some of the athletes that we have in our community would pick up a golf club, I mean, we might have the next Tiger Woods on our hand and we don't even know it.
Absolutely.
We don't even know, you know what I mean? But not only that, you know, what you learn from golf, you know, etiquette, camaraderie, self-esteem, you know, life lessons that you can take off of the golf course and use them in life. You know what I mean? And a lot of these kids, they don't have that guidance. You know, they don't have that guidance, but the game of golf will teach you, it will humble you, and it will make you definitely a better person. Because, I mean, it definitely made me a better person. I've been playing for a long time. But my whole thing in watching that first camp were some of the athletes that was hitting the ball the way they were hitting and never picked up a club before. It was amazing. It was truly amazing.
Man, that is awesome. And I got to think, along with those attributes you was mentioning that come along with the game of golf, patience, I imagine, has to be one of the top things that comes across immediately, right?
I would think patience would be one of them, but I've been playing for 20-something years and I still ain't got that patience part now.
The main thing we left out, the attributes that you need is integrity. Golf
Integrity,
is
absolutely.
It's one of the only games that you have to keep your own score.
Absolutely. Yeah. That is so true. And then too, the fact that it may be me just thinking too far into it, but perhaps you have a pairing that you go out with, but yet you're still responsible for your own score, not only reporting it but playing and getting your own score too. So it in a sense kind of teaches teamwork, but yet independence at the same time. Am I right?
And the other thing that we can't leave out is just the fellowship of the game of golf. Like these guys on the screen are like they're my best. We went past best friends. We call each other brothers now. It's something that you can play forever. Like I was a football player and I was a track man, and I can't do any of that anymore.
Right.
Like I could play golf, and I played golf with some guys already that were, what was Mr. Hamler, man? He was like about 90 playing with us out of countryside.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the other thing to add to it is when you start your career, you can actually take it with you and also make deals and things of that nature while you're on the golf course. So also another important thing is networking. There's a lot of business that gets done on the golf course, and a lot of friendships and networking that's established on the golf course. So you can actually take that with you also while you're competing against yourself when you're playing golf.
Man, that is huge. That's huge. And two, I know one reason, perhaps I wanted to start this platform was to let the kids know, today's youth, and really all of those that are out there, that everybody has a story, everybody has a journey. You can kind of pick apart everybody's journey to kind of find your own, in a sense. Jarrell, could you speak to just how important this is to have this and reaching out to those younger kids and perhaps showing them that, hey, there's a path you can go. Golf doesn't have to be your game per se, but it can be a breakthrough perhaps for you for other things that life has in store for you.
Yeah, without a doubt. The game, I mean, like I started playing golf myself years ago. Had no idea what I was doing, but I can tell you this, everything these brothers talked about concerning, what it brought as far as the, camaraderie, the networking, I've used it for that. I mean, I would get my tail whipped on the course, but still I would leave knowing I had a better friendship with somebody or a better deal with somebody. So with that being stated, it is important for kids to know and understand that this is like what Wazo said, it's a lifetime activity. And with that lifetime activity, it can bring a lot of good things along with it. So whether it be friendship, whether it be business deals, whatever the case may be, or you may just love doing it. So, I definitely agree that, no matter what, the thing about golf, it don't matter. It don't matter how tall you are, how short you are, how big you are. There's no one saying, well, you're not 6'5", so you can't play golf. No matter what your height is, you can get clubs cut to your length if you need it, and you can swing away. So that's one thing I really, really, really love about it, because some kids, they get upset because they feel like I want to play, but my size won't let me. Golf, you can play it, so yeah.
We're hoping that somebody gets that bug. In golf, we have this saying that it only takes one good shot to bring you back. So we're hoping we get that good shot, but we all talk, and this thing kind of, like I say, it started in the back seat of Sam's truck on the way back. And we had a series of meetings, and one of our goals, I guess the main goal that we said we would like to see is in a couple of years that one of these kids comes up to us and tells us they got a golf scholarship.
If you guys would want to just speak to the importance of keeping the Pine Valley Golf Association relevant, and perhaps if people want to learn more about the association and perhaps even get involved with it more, how can they do so?
But the importance is, like Wazo was saying earlier, and we've been talking about this for a couple of years now, is to keep Pine Valley alive and well. you know, and at one point, like Wezo said, we were the youngest members of Pine Valley, and we're all in our 50s, you know, so we're trying to recruit. We've been on pretty much a recruiting trail this whole year, trying to recruit younger players, younger members, and get them involved into the Pine Valley Golf Association, so we can keep it going, because we do not want this to die with us. We want Pine Valley to live on forever. That's the goal.
And we're doing the opposite of what was done to us. You know, we wasn't allowed to play golf, but we allowed anybody to join Pine Valley. They can be white, Asian, it doesn't matter, black, it doesn't matter. Anybody can join Pine Valley. We're doing the opposite of what was done to us.
Kind of get in touch with us and check us out. We do have a Facebook page. You can look us up, Pine Valley Golf Association Roanoke. And we do have a Gmail account, is pvgaroanoke@gmail.com, if you want to get in touch with us.
When it comes to being able to get perhaps the equipment needed and things, I know, Jarrell, you were mentioning at first it was perhaps a struggle to find just the equipment for all these young ones, right? I mean, because not everybody walks around with a bag of clubs or things like that. How is that process going? And if you guys are still in need of some clubs and things for the kids, can people still donate to you guys?
Yeah, without a doubt, they can. The thing is, Pine Valley kicked in from the beginning, though, Eric. And, you know, this group of guys you see here, they put the proposal before Pine Valley, and they collected a lot of equipment. The goal is, you know, for us to get every kid a set of clubs. I mean, if we can get every kid a set of clubs, that would be awesome. When they leave, if our kids from Rebounding Roanoke can leave there on 2 Mondays from now with a set of clubs, it would be awesome. So yeah, definitely people can still drop off, people can still give as much as possible. That's what this is about. Making sure that people can kick in and anyone else can jump in there.
I really appreciate you guys joining me, man. And this is just awesome to see two great organizations collaborating, coming together for the betterment of today's youth, and really for the betterment of the entire valley, if they so choose to be a part of the organizations there. And I really appreciate, as you mentioned there, it's for everybody. You know, we're not singling out just for African Americans. This is anybody and everybody out there that wants to get involved and be along with the academy there. This is just a total team effort. And I really appreciate you guys for joining us and for reaching back out to the youth and showing them that way in life, man. It's huge, it's critical, and it's much needed.